Greetings, beautiful people. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why everything you do is masculine and why it's hard for you to tap into your feminine aspect, and why everything that you do is hard for you to literally go to your truest state. Now, your body holds it's water and light, memory, okay? So now it's also something that if not exercised, it gets weak, okay? So you're an energetic light body, and what happens is that when energy is not used, it becomes stagnant, okay? And for energy to become stronger, okay, it needs to be channeled and controlled, okay? Now, the moment that we're born, okay, and they speak the first words to us, all right, that's already a masculine aspect. We're speaking words out. Not only that, but they're fucking retarded words that we literally create spells every day. And this is why like magic and doing your own rituals and own spells, nothing wrong with that. See, that's why they want to demonize witches and people who do magic and all that. And this is why religion, okay, is even tapping into a masculine aspect, because everything's masculinized in religion, okay? Now, when you go within, okay, going within, first of all, your body is a big antenna, okay? You're only meant to be receiving, okay? Now, when you listen to sounds with these ears, you're not listening out to something, you're receiving information in. When you look at something, you receive information in. Same thing with scent. When you eat, you're intaking something, okay? Notice how the only thing that goes in and out is breath, okay? Breath, respiration, spirit. It's able to go in and out. But we're not mindful of our breath. You know why? Because we are more focused on less important things, thinking that they're more important, like ingesting food, okay? Knowing that the real nutrients to the body comes from the air, okay? And water. But what water? Your water, okay? Now, if your body, your physical body, is always receiving, that's a feminine aspect, right? But we're receiving with the vessel. We're not receiving with the inner true us, okay? See, notice how we have eyes and we receive light. Everything outside of us is electrical signals, and we receive light, okay? And we register that as information, okay? Now, you have a conscious and a subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is that big 95% boulder underneath that iceberg that you see on top, which is only 5%. Okay? But and that 5% is the sticking out part. That's the masculine aspect. The feminine aspect is the one that's underneath, in the dark, okay? Inside the water, okay? Now, whenever you tap in, and this is why those extrasensory perceptions is called clairsentience, clairaudience, which is listening. Clairsentience is sense. Claircognizance is knowing. You guys get what I'm saying. I can't remember them right now. But these extrasensory perceptions is what the spirit is doing, okay? But we're not tapped into that, okay? We're only tapped into what the ego, or the body, the shell, is tapping into. And we take that as the reality, okay? And then we do it so much, right, that we're not even mindful. See, when we meditate, and we meditate in nature, for example, we're not, you're supposed to be mindful of the sounds outside of you, but natural sounds, like the sounds of nature, trees ruffling, you know what I mean? But we're not paying attention to that. Okay, because we have a voice inside of us, which is literally that the ego is always inside talking, okay, trying to catch your attention. Because when you go in, okay, you're ignoring the physical aspect of yourself, the ego. So what does the ego do? The ego it goes in with you and starts to grab your attention. So this is why I say that it's hard for people to go inside. Because first of all, whenever you go inside, whenever you meditate, that's a workout for your brain. You're exercising the focus muscle, okay? The focus muscle. Okay. Now, when you exercise the focus muscle, you're able to focus on something. You see, energy flows where attention goes. So what happens is that you always got that external part of yourself trying to catch your attention because it knows is losing you. When you go inside, it knows that it's losing you. You know what I'm saying? And that outside part of you is always into the fight or flight, and it thinks that it's trying to protect you to some extent. To tell you the truth, it's actually trying to protect you because people think that the ego is bad. Slay the ego. Yeah, it's keeping the ego under control. See, you're out of control, okay? You're out of control. See, looking outside of yourself for information, looking outside of you for everything, you're literally coming out of your space. So you're literally a space cadet. You're going into outer space rather than going into your space, okay? So this is the important thing to look at, okay? So if you go outside of yourself, okay, this is where your comfort zone is. When you go inside yourself, now you're in an uncomfortable state because the ego doesn't feel comfortable and you're connected to this body. But this is where you have to learn how to shift your consciousness from outside of yourself to inside of yourself, okay? And this is why even when you astral project, you come out of body, okay? When you're out of body, you're disconnected from the ego, from the body, okay? Now, you still have the beliefs in there. Okay, see, the part of becoming self-aware, because you come out of body and you still think you're yourself. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, this doesn't exist. None of this exists. You know what I'm saying? Language doesn't exist. None of that exists. Everything is just frequency, vibrations. You know what I'm saying? So this is why it's important for you to go back into being self-aware, remember, because even when you die, and you believe in Jesus, you're going to see Jesus, all right? For a small period of time till you realize, because your body goes into the point where it totally disconnects from the matrix and it starts to remember. But this is why you get you get intercepted by the system still in the fourth dimension, because the fourth dimension is still in the control, but you get intercepted there. Okay, and that's why you start to see the illusions of family members, the illusions of like a dog that you may have lost, or ancestors and stuff like that. Jesus, if you believe in Jesus, and then before you come to that realization of self, you will get intercepted and you will get put into another state where you end up coming back here again. Which is why it's important, because listen, you can go into a dream and I don't care how conscious you are in this realm of reality. You go into a dream and you're not lucid every night, right? And who knows what happens in your dreams? What you consent and agree to unconsciously, because that's the unconscious state. See, I don't eat meat here, okay? And I also don't drink alcohol too much. And this is on like rare occasions. Now, in my dream, I was eating meat though. And meanwhile, here I don't eat meat. I actually stand firmly against eating meat. But one of these dreams I had, I ate meat. And I woke up saying, holy shit, what the fuck? You know what I mean? This is what becoming self-aware is about. Is being conscious here, but also being self-aware and conscious in the dream state. You know what I'm saying? You're disconnected. I'm not telling you, because I had the same experience. But that disconnection is there. See, the connection comes in. This is why the DNA is dormant. Okay, the DNA, what you eat has a big influence on you, because it goes in your blood. The influence in fluid. Fluid is your liquid. Your water. Now, your body is made of water, and that blood is your DNA. That's your information. So what we eat distorts that information, distorts that DNA. And what is light and water? Memory. Memory is light and water. Mem-ori. Light and water. Again, thank you, Zen. I didn't realize that till I saw your video. Okay? So this is why what we eat distorts that information. Okay? Because now, you see, like, you ever hear somebody sells their soul to the devil, whatnot, right? The devil exists. There's a lot of different information when it comes to selling your soul, and it has nothing to do with selling it to the devil. There's a way to do it. I'll make another video on that. But this is why they say when you go to sleep, you should be sleeping with your soul. Your soul should be with you when you sleep, right? When you go to work, this is why they say when you go to work, you put your blood and sweat to your job. You put your blood, sweat, and tears. See, all that blood, sweat, and tears, that's all liquid. That's all water. which is what your soul, that's your essence, that's what you are. See, when you come and you ejaculate, it's oil, water, it's you, it's your essence. Everything that's liquid is your essence, your soul. Okay? When you go to work, let's say for $8 an hour, that's what your soul's worth, $8 an hour, because time is energy. Your time is money. Money is energy, but a physical manifestation of energy. Okay? So us doing all this exterior stuff, collecting energy, right, or going to work for energy, is us doing something masculine in itself. Because why are we not harnessing energy by tapping within? See, energies should be working for you, not you working for the energy. And if you do work for the energy and you take physical manifestation of energy, you can have that working for you by making investments. The same thing with energy. Instead of you letting energy out into space, how do you circulate your energy? This is why even breath, you should be able to breathe in from your mouth and exhale through the mouth and loop it around. Energy, look at your soul, DNA, ori. You know what urine is? Urine is filtered blood. Blood is DNA. So DNA is your information, your chemistry, your essence. So how come that's not looped? That should be circulated as well. Money should be circulated, not spent, right? Notice how everything's circular. It flows in a circular motion. It helps the energy move as well. See, everything here in this realm of reality is square. So in a square, energy can't travel. Energy is contained in a square. So they put you in a square, in a box. You follow religion. Out of a cross, you can make a box. You know what I mean? When you polarize yourself, you put yourself in a box. That's why they say, come out your box. You know what I'm saying? Come out your box. You're in somebody else's world. You're following somebody's light. Create your own light. You know what I'm saying? Now, triangles are able to harness and transmit energy. Merkaba is literally an upside down triangle and a right side up triangle. And when it spins, it looks like a circle, right? And let me get to this point now, okay? When you try to do anything other than anything that's masculine, it's uncomfortable to you, okay? Because here's the thing. If you make money, you want to spend it on something that is not going to do anything for you. You see, when you die, you don't take an expensive car with you. You don't take a house with you. And I'm not saying there's anything bad to that. You know why? Because look at kids, okay? You see, if you're in this realm of reality, you're empowered. Rightful state of being should be for you to have an experience on this planet and live life to the fullest. Be you to the fullest. That's why I say beautiful people. So when you're here, you should have choice to enjoy. You should have a house that you want to live in. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing though, is a lot of you may be purchasing that, but you don't have anything to back up on that. You know what I mean? So instead of using that energy, okay, and investing first, having that energy work for you through multiple channels, okay, then what happens is that now you make one mistake, the house and the car could get taken away from you, okay, in this realm of reality. Now here, when you talk about it in the feminine aspect, okay, you could work with multiple deities, okay? Some serve you, some don't. Some require something of you that you cannot give back, okay? That you cannot take back, rather, I'm sorry. So this is why it's important to be knowledgeable. Just like you get to know people, you get to learn to play with energies. But you get to learn to play with energies to your advantage. There's no bad energies or good energies. Everything is how it serves you, okay? You can get into a business deal that doesn't serve you. You'll end up losing a lot of money. When you do a bad deal, a bad real estate deal, or a bad investment deal, you end up losing a lot of money. That's why it's important to know your way around here, but it's also important to know your way around the spiritual realm. So if you make investments there, investing your energy, know that you got to get something back in return, and something that's not going to leave you short on the other end of the stick. You know what I mean? So there's no bad or good. See, the only thing is that there's another way to tap into energies. And this is where they keep you suppressed with the illusion of fear. False evidence appearing real. Because what they do is that instead of you tapping into the other way of energy, because listen, from the darkness, you can't make light unless you have darkness. Okay? This is why it's hard for you, a lot of you, to shine, because you can't go into that feminine aspect of yourself. You cannot go in. Man or a woman. See, there's the thing. Man and woman don't even exist. They're just energies. They're just energies. You know what I'm saying? But you're not utilizing the energies. You're utilizing the energies that they give you to form your reality in the form of information. So this is why when you listen to something and you believe it, that's information. It's forming your world. This is why I say when you watch videos on flat earth, round earth, do not believe everything you hear. You got to go within. You know what I mean? And sometimes for you to even know that kind of information, you would have to go within. Because everything, see, people look at money and let's say to be a millionaire is too far out of reach for them, right? To be a millionaire is too far out of reach for you, right? If you look at a millionaire, but then what are you worth? That's the whole thing. Because $1 and $100 bill, there's no price difference to print the two. They're both just paper. What do you put? Just 2 extra zeros? How much does that cost? A few cents more? But everybody puts more value on that $100 bill, right? So now let's say if I'm standing next to somebody, all right, how much value do I put on myself compared to that person? Is it based on the amount of money he has in his pocket? No. Because let's say, for example, he went to school to be a dentist, right? And I know that fluoride is a neurotoxin, yet he's giving fluoride to kids. So what good was his degree and all that money he paid in college and the money he's making now? And I'm not making the money he's making, but yet he's not as well informed as I am. You get what I'm saying? Now you can also, that's why it all comes down to value. Now, the fact that I look at him bigger than me, then now, see, your belief creates your reality. So that's why I'm going to be at a lesser point, at a lesser state than him. Meanwhile, I know that I'm more intelligent than that fucking retard. And I don't mean to say retard, but you know what I mean? He's retard because he's backwards in what he knows. And I'm actually in a different state, in a different perception. All right? So, and this is common sense, which is not even common anymore. Because you can use your extrasensory abilities, but even the common 5 senses ain't even common. Go on Google and try to find benefits of fluoride on your teeth. You can't find anything. On the contrary, too much fluoride causes fluorosis, which actually fucks up your teeth. But there's a book of studies showing that it's a neurotoxin and it fucks up your pineal gland. Which if you look on Google for that, it shows that little information is known about it. Meanwhile, it's like the master gland that sits on the top of the central nervous system. You know what I mean? This is why even in a physical way, you can look at getting to know yourself in a physical way by learning the mechanics of your body. Because, see, you can learn the exterior mechanics of your body, like your skin and your hair and all that. But what about the internal, like the organs? And not only study it, because here's where I think the balance is beautiful. You could study it in the physical way, but you got to also look at it in the metaphysical way. See, because you could study the organs, but then now you could look at it in the other aspect. Once you learn all the information, the analytical information of the organs and what they actually do, now you can look at it from a different light and be like, why do they call them organs? You know what I mean? Because these doctors, these scientists, they don't realize why they call them organs, because they literally are an organ that emits a certain frequency, and when one's out of balance, then it imbalances the entire system. You know what I'm saying? But they only look at it in the scientific point of view. But instead of looking at it in the scientific point of view and look at it in the metaphysical point of view, and like the extrasensory perception point of view, you know what I mean? I don't know how to see. I don't fucking care about this language. But you get what I'm saying, right? So now, when you become a doctor, now the doctors now learn about that, but then they now learn how to diagnose and treat it with medication. See, me, for example, I could learn all about the system, but then now I can go into and not treat it, but heal it. See, here's the difference. See, doctors have a license to practice everything external, to practice medicine, and they're practicing on you. If you go in and you have a pain in your arm and that prescription didn't work, he'll write you another prescription, a harder prescription, right? But your body heals itself. And if you know that, you can manipulate these energies to your advantage and move the energies around. There may be an imbalance in your chakra systems. You know what I'm saying? This is why it's important to be very open-minded, because with an open mind, you can zigzag between left and right. You see, you need the left brain here in this realm of reality. You need it because you need to make money. You're not going to live like a homeless person here, and your birthright is to be free and live here to the fullest. But then also you got to be very wise now. See, this is the knowledge and wisdom. This is the zigzag part. But find that center neutral state. Because when you come out of your center, you're coming out of your space. And now you're in outer space. And in outer space, you're lost. Now you're a space cadet. This is why it's important to be able to go in and out. See, we're in a 3D realm of reality. Up, down, left, right, front, back. But nobody goes in and out. And when you go in and out, when you go in, now you can start to navigate in there and travel to the different dimensions. See, everybody wants to think like going into inhabiting Mars and going to the moon. See, nobody did that. See, they want you to think that because they want you to keep further thinking that this illusion is all about tapping outside of yourself rather than working from within. See, your reality here could be even better as far as making money if you tap with your energies within first. Because from the darkness, this is all light. This is all light outside. These are all electrical signals. But how do you create a bigger light? By creating a massive darkness. See, this is why we're powerful, because we have a big dark. We are the darkness. That's the whole shit. You know what I mean? But they want to demonize the darkness. They want to say, oh, no, follow the light. Come out of the dark. No. No. Because from the dark, I can make my light. But you see, this is the thing. The problem is that everybody can go in the light. I mean, in the darkness. You got these spiritual gurus talking about that, but they'll say, follow the light. You know what I mean? And those lights could be energies that you can work with, but don't follow it. Have them work for you. You create your own light. Everybody's a superstar in Hollywood because everybody knows who they are, right? But you're a superstar too. But what light are you shining? And this all comes down to going in and out. Everybody always feels hungry and they cave in and all that. Look, I go to the gym, I lift weights, and I don't eat that much. I eat fruits here and there. You know what I mean? Drink my pee-pee, distilled water, and I'm good to go. I used to take a lot of supplements. I don't take any supplements now. I don't even take that much protein. I focus more on breath now because the air, the protein's in the muscles. See, we look for protein shakes. We look for supplements. We look for vitamins. Everything outside of us. When everything's already readily available for us, it's free. The air is free. The water, clean, drink your urine, all the trace minerals, all the stem cells. That is the fountain of youth. Center Earth, the black sun. That's the sun. It's inside of you. The earth, the heart, the solar plexus. You know what I mean? When you believe what shape the planet is outside of you, that's the shape that you take inside, either flat or round. Okay? So I can make my shape whatever I want. Just like if I want a fucking fat girl, I'll take a fat girl. And if I like a skinny girl, I'll take a skinny girl. This is a deep topic, and I hope I didn't miss any points. But I hope you guys, felt empowered and enlightened by this, because all my videos I made it a priority to make sure that all my videos are empowering you in the now. See, I'm not going into history because history can be rewritten. So I will be coming out with a lot more videos. And if there's points that I may have missed in one video, then I will put it in another video. And if there's things you may not understand, sometimes you got to raise your frequency a little bit and then you can come back and listen to the video and you'll notice that you will understand the information. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing. If your frequency is not of a higher vibration and you're listening to higher vibrational information, you may not be able to process that. So that's why it's important. That's where the